What if the most powerful thing a celebrity could do wasn't a clapback, wasn't a lawsuit, wasn't a carefully worded PR statement, but just standing next to someone and refusing to move? That's exactly what Selena Gomez did. And honestly, it might be the most interesting celebrity moment of the year, and nobody is fully talking about why it matters this much. Let's go back to the beginning. Benny Blanco. If you don't know the name, you know the work. This guy has produced some of the biggest songs of the last 2 decades. We're talking Katy Perry, Ed Sheeran, Maroon 5, Justin Bieber. He's touched almost every massive hit you've heard on the radio. Behind the scenes, quiet, brilliant, a little goofy. That's Benny. He's not the type of guy you'd expect to be in the middle of a celebrity drama storm. But here we are. Now, Selena Gomez. One of the most followed people on the entire planet. A woman who has been in the public eye since she was a literal child. She's dealt with health crises, heartbreak played out in tabloids, and more scrutiny than most people could survive. She is no stranger to being talked about. So when these two went public as a couple, the internet had opinions. Some people were happy for her. Some people were confused. Some people were just mean. And that meanness? It didn't stay quiet for long. Here's where it gets interesting. Benny Blanco appeared on a podcast. Which, fine, celebrities do podcasts all the time. But Benny being Benny, he's not your typical polished celebrity. He's the guy who will say something unfiltered, laugh at himself, and just be real. So on this podcast, things came out. Literally and figuratively. First, the feet thing. Now stay with me here, because this sounds ridiculous, but the internet made it into a moment. Someone on the podcast brought up feet, or Benny mentioned something about feet, and it got clipped, shared, and suddenly people were making it into this whole thing about Benny being weird, gross, not good enough, whatever angle the trolls wanted to spin it. The clip spread fast. Comments flooded in. And you already know what those comments looked like. Selena, you can do so much better. Why is she with him? This guy is embarrassing. Then, and this is the part where the internet truly lost it, there was a moment on the podcast involving, let's say, a biological sound. Flatulence. Gas. A fart. Call it what you want. Benny, in true Benny fashion, apparently didn't make it a big deal. He might have laughed. He might have owned it. Because that's who he is. No pretense. No performance. Just a regular human being doing a podcast and being unashamedly himself. But the internet? Oh, the internet grabbed that moment, wrapped it in mockery, and launched it straight at Selena Gomez like a grenade. The narrative became, this is the man Selena Gomez chose. This is who she's defending. A man who does that on a podcast. And people were waiting. They were genuinely waiting to see if Selena would distance herself. If she'd go quiet. If she'd unfollow him. If she'd let the crowd pressure her into acting embarrassed about the man she loves. She did none of that. Instead, Selena showed up. Not in a dramatic way. Not with a long caption or a tearful video. She showed up in the way that actually means something. She was seen with Benny. She posted. She engaged. She made it clear, without saying a single extra word, that she was not going anywhere and she was not ashamed of him. And that is the moment people need to understand more deeply. Because here's what's really happening beneath the surface. Selena Gomez has spent the majority of her life being told who she should be with, how she should look, what she should post, and how she should feel. The public has had a strange sense of ownership over her story. Her breakups became national conversations. Her health became tabloid fodder. Her emotions became content. She has been dissected endlessly. And for years, and she has talked about this, there were moments where outside noise affected her. Where other people's expectations shaped her decisions. That's what happens when you grow up famous. The voices get loud. The pressure gets heavy. So when Selena Gomez publicly, visibly, unashamedly stands by a man who just got mocked across every platform for being too normal, too goofy, too human, that's not just a girlfriend defending her boyfriend. That is a woman who has done the work, found herself, and is now living by her own rules on her own terms. And she is daring anyone to say something about it. The deeper story here isn't about feet. It's not about a fart on a podcast. It's about a woman who finally stopped letting the crowd write her story. And think about what that says to the millions of people watching her, especially young women who follow her, who have grown up alongside her, who have watched her go through every public storm and come out the other side. The message isn't loud or preachy. It's quiet. It's steady. And it says, love who you love. Be with someone who makes you happy. And don't let strangers on the internet make you feel ashamed of that. Now, let's talk about Benny for a second, because he doesn't get enough credit in this story. She's not that girl anymore who is waiting for permission to be happy. She found her person. Her weird, funny, unfiltered, brilliant, podcast fart-having person. And she is standing right next to him with her whole chest. The internet can post all the memes it wants. The comment sections can overflow with opinions. But at the end of the day, when the noise dies down and the trending topics move on, Selena Gomez is still going to be right there, unbothered, in love, and completely done asking for anyone's approval. And honestly, good for her.